Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 18 of Drawn Comics. I'm your host of Art Lounge, and I'm going to be continuing from yesterday's panel. There's still some work to be done. I feel like there's a little bit, well, there's definitely some areas that I missed that I want to revisit, and as well as try to do another layer of the colors. I did a little bit of cleaning. I cleaned out the palette, so I'm just gonna put in fresh squeezes of paint. It was getting pretty dirty. Violet, actually. Let me see how. Let's see how violet is. You just add some water, because the panel that I want to work on, or the layer that I want to do, is a violet layer. So just gonna squeeze a drop of water in there, and then use my brush to mix the colors. I'm gonna bring it down a little bit closer so maybe you guys can check out the process. And I'm just gonna keep mixing until I get like a decent consistency. No, that was too dark. I'm almost hesitant to do more. Can add a little red. Cause this one seems like a different color. I think it's a little too bright. Let's see if I can dab it out. Okay, that's about it. That's all that I wanted to do for this panel. Everything else is pretty much black. And then going back to this one. Also, these are areas where it's gonna be black. The only thing that's left is this gentleman's robe, which is like a greenish brown. Let's see if we can squeeze out a color with that exact match. It looks like a raw umber, so I'm gonna squeeze a little raw umber. Add a dab of water. It's not quite it. That is not quite it. It needs a little yellow. Am I right? I kind of gave him a dress there because I just made him two colors that are different. But maybe I'm gonna just mix it all in together. It's still pliable. That's a good thing about watercolor. From what I gathered, India ink isn't like that. Like once you just pick the color and you put it on, that's pretty much it. It's not going anywhere. Now I'm gonna deal with Conan's boots, which they seem to be like a sap green, but I'm hesitant. I'm still trying to figure out that color and like how to mix it. It's not exactly green, it's like a bluish. It's like a bluish green. But I'm gonna take some sap green, squeeze a little bit, and try to mix that colors together. No. Purple and green turns into like a mucky brown. So I'm gonna have to like get the blue out. Have to make sure that chat is up. So in case you guys comment, I'm gonna actually see it this time. Alright, so get a little blue. Gonna get Viridian blue out. And mix that with green. See what comes up. I feel like this is gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be way too bright. So I'm gonna mix some white. Add a little more of Viridian blue. this actually reminds me. The word itself reminds me of Valerian, which I was gonna mention actually in the comic stream. If you guys missed it, I highly suggest you check out the comic stream earlier today, where I introduced Flash Gordon, Alex Raymond. He's the artist for Flash Gordon, the creator of Flash Gordon. And from what I understood or read about him is that he was an influence for George Lucas, which I'm really surprised about. I didn't think that George Lucas was into Flash Gordon. But then again, I haven't read enough to really see. Maybe there's so many elements there that have to do with like galaxies and such. I haven't really read enough of Flash Gordon. I just really like Alex Raymond's art. And I'm not a big fan of Star Wars. It just doesn't appeal to me. It's nothing specific. It's just some movies and some shows I'm just not that into. You know, I just don't seem to. It doesn't seem to resonate with me as well. You know, it's not to say that it's bad or whatever else. There's plenty of people who really enjoy it. I just don't, I guess. That's really where I'm getting at, is that I just don't really enjoy it. I'm not into that much. I'm not into the characters, and I did enjoy the first few that came out back in the 70s. Like, I liked how those are made, and just the cinematography, and yeah, the characters were fun. But after that, just didn't really, I didn't enjoy it. But I did enjoy Valerian, which is kind of the same idea, and that's why I bring it up. You know, I was talking about Viridian Blue. It is about space travel. It is about multiple different galaxies and living beings on all different planets. And it was very unique. Like, it was such a unique story, and it was by the same creator of The Sixth Sense. Not The Sixth Sense, The Fifth Element. Whoops. So the same creator of Fifth Element created Valerian, and I really enjoyed that. And that was a really good movie about, you know, intergalactic travel and relationship and that sort of thing. So if you guys are looking for a good movie, check out Valerian. And if you haven't seen The Fifth Element, I highly encourage you. It's great all around. Acting is great. It's funny. It's a fun adventure. Probably the only Bruce Willis movie I liked. That's not true. There were some that I actually did enjoy from before. Still looks way too bright. I'm going to try to dull it down some more. I haven't actually checked up on that director much to see what came out after Valerian, like if he's done anything else. There are just some directors that I check up on regularly. Like, I really like, and this is another one that I mentioned previously, I like David Fincher. He did a lot of great movies. He did The Game, with Michael Douglas. Excellent movie. I love watching that movie. I could watch it several times and I'm always entertained by it. I think the cinematography is great, the dialogue is great, the actors, his choice of actors are also really good. I like him for that as well. It's not just like the cinematography that I really like. I like the characters that he creates or chooses for the movies. He did Fight Club, he did Panic Room, Zodiac. There's a list of other ones too. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Well, he did the remake of that one. Originally, it's like a Norwegian film, I think. And it's pretty dark. Like, I saw the original one, the original Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series, movie series. And I think like the first one was pretty brutal. It was just dark, and I had to like speed through certain scenes. I was like, I don't want to watch this. I get it, man. It's pretty brutal. Let me just skip that part. But the rest of the movie was excellent. So I think that does it for both of these panels. Just gonna double check. Everything else is pretty much to do with black. Yes. The ground for this panel is actually bugging me a little bit. Oh no, I missed like a really important detail. The sky. And the ground is different. It's kind of like, it's like a dark blue. Try to see which color I got here. That's really gonna bring that out. Persian blue. Let's see what Persian blue does. Pretty sure that's not it. But it looks really rich. Persian blue looks very rich. It's not this one. Some of these have very complex names, I gotta say. It's like a mix of cobalt blue and I'm gonna say ultramarine blue. That's probably not it at all. It's not. It needs a little bit of gray, I think. Ooh, I nailed it. It's about right. It's less blue and more purplish. It's a tough one. Let's bring it up for you guys to see. I'm gonna bring it up to the light and compare it, and it looks like it's like a grayish purple. But at this point, I've done like 2 layers on top of it, so I'm gonna have to just move on. And move on to the sky. I'll come back to it later because, yeah, it's gonna be a disaster otherwise. No. Still the wrong blue. Still dirty. Watercolor, you are not easy to understand. I just want to be, I think I'm just in denial about the paper. Like, I really wanted to work with this paper, and it's just proving itself to be too thin. I think it's okay if I was to have a different type of paper. I would have done multiple layers, and I wouldn't have this, like, fear of, like, burning through the paper or making a hole in the paper with the watercolors. It's like, it's holding on by a thin thread. I'm gonna do a thin coat of white. I feel like this is where white really plays a good role. I think. I mean, it's supposed to make things lighter, but it seems like it's kind of making it darker. What's up? The brush? Am I just painting with a dirty brush? I'm kind of confused about this white. Like, I'm expecting it to do a nice layer of lighting, making the color light, but it's kind of on like a grayish effect on this. It's not making it light at all. I'm just like not getting it. I'm like, am I putting too much water on there, or what is going on here? All right, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I want to get to I want to head over to this panel actually, and we're moving on to the next page here. So Conan has taken the time to get to know the priest, and here's some information about him, about the cult leader Thulsa Doom is the name of this cult leader. And he's about to embark on his journey to try and infiltrate this cult. So this is what's going on so far. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think I'm skipping ahead when I should be. I should be getting down this fire, which is what I'm gonna do right now. I'm not happy with that panel, actually. It's probably like one of the worst panels that I've done. Like, that is so messy. So many different shades of pink. It's not even supposed to be pink. These 3 panels have been a disaster. I am not proud of them at all. And this green right there, it's awful. But other ones are pretty great. These turned out excellent. This isn't too bad. I could do better. These turned out alright, actually. But, man oh man. These panels, awful. These are okay. I'm very unsatisfied with these other ones though, but I'm gonna try to do my best here. I'm gonna do... I'm like so hesitant to try this red. It's already turning out to be bad. I'm gonna dilute it and see if... It's actually okay. It's pretty close. Just a little bit more yellow. Okay, have to do a little music adjustment there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave these panels alone. I'm gonna move on to the next page. This page right here, which I'm pretty excited about. Here is this panel. And I'm gonna start out by doing a background. Seem to found the color to work it out, right? Not getting the good results that I was hoping for. I'll be honest, ladies and gents. This isn't turning out as good as I want it to. Too much variation there. Like from the moment that I put the brush down onto the paper, it seems to absorb way more pigment, and there isn't enough left on a brush to keep spreading it through the panel. I'm becoming more and more convinced that it's a paper problem. Seems like it's slowly starting to warp the paper as well. It's okay. I'm just gonna keep working through it. And see if I could just add some white. Just straight pigment. And cover up areas where it really absorbed a lot of blue. Kind of helps to, I guess, smoothen out the colors, smoothen out the transition. I'm not really adding that much water to it. It's just straight white. And now we're gonna move on to her robe. Yeah, that's a her. Gonna move on to her robe, which is like a violet color. Mix a little bit of red in there. I got this entire compartment filled to test out how good it is to pre-mix colors. And this is turning out to be better. I'm trying to do broad strokes, not to spend way too much time in one area of the paper. To prevent the colors from really drying quickly and just spreading them out more. Spreading them out faster while they're pliable. It's okay. It turned out alright. Could be a little bit more diluted, but it's not too far from the color. Now I'm gonna tackle on Conan's robes. His disguise, trying to be one of the commoners. This is gonna be fun. It's the right color, but it's too dull. Which means I gotta add a little bit more red there. No. It's too orange. Oh boy. No. I think this dabbing technique is actually helping. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to use some white, but that means I'm gonna need to do some dancing around details. a little bit of rescuing there with white. And I'm not mixing it with any water because at this point, paper's getting so hairy that, yeah, it's just gonna seep through to the other side. Thing is that I got watercolor paper. It's just so coarse that drawing on it is gonna be really unpleasant. So I'm like caught in the middle here, like trying to figure out whether I need to bite the bullet and just draw on coarse paper to keep practicing watercolors, or just keep dealing with this paper difference. All right. Got her skin color right on the first go. And now I just have to fill in that space on Conan's hair. Tough day for Conan today. He's not getting much luck with my paint work. But some days are good, some days are bad. Unfortunately, today is not a good day for him. Or for me, that matter, as far as like watercolors go. I'm highly disappointed. I think also the lack of blacks kind of takes away the fun from it as well. Well, that's going to be it for today's complaining, guys. I did complain more than I enjoyed this. But I will be back tomorrow, and I'm going to be working harder to make sure that I actually get these colors right, that I work better with the paper. And I think part of it also has to do with the other side being kind of like tampered with. I think it did seep over from this side over to here. So it's making this paper really sensitive to more water. But I'm going to try to come up with some solutions to make the stream more pleasant for everybody, including myself. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coloring Comics. No, 9 p.m., sorry. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Coloring Comics, 8 p.m. for the project stream, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Drawing Basics, and 4 p.m. for drawing comics, where I will be drawing John Buscema's Conan the Barbarian panels like you see over here. So I'll catch you guys then. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Every like goes a long way. And make sure you check out the social media. Post any questions and comments you guys have. I'll be happy to answer them in the stream or directly reply to your comment on the social media. And stick around. There's going to be some exciting news coming up to give you guys the opportunity to participate and be part of the stream more. So make sure you check that out as well. And I'll see you tomorrow.